there guys, I hope you all are as excited as me to view the second video for my Try Health launch series, where today I bust some new myths, look at a brand new condition and bring to you 3 new exercises. First and foremost, a big thank you and round of applause for all your lovely comments, your tremendous response and insightful feedback. They resonate with why I created this channel with the motto that health should be accessible but most importantly understandable for all. So let's get down to business and see what this video has in store for you. So happy Mother's Day, because Mother's Day was there 2 days ago, and what we have come up with is really exciting. We would like you to drop the name of your mother in the comment section below, and we'll draw out a lucky draw, and the lucky mother will get a free video consultation with me. So stay tuned. Today we'll discuss conditions of the knee. Knee pain can be because of various conditions and is quite common. In a growing child, it may be because of Osgood-Schlatter disease, wherein there will be pain below the kneecap. You may have osteoarthritis of the knee, especially when someone is old, or there may be ligament tears or meniscal tears. Ligaments are nothing but threads which don't allow end range, joint range of motion. The symptoms that may accompany knee pain could be a referred pain from the hip when the actual pathology is in the hip or the back or above, and it may also be accompanied with clicks wherein there are sounds in the knee, or locking episodes wherein if you have bent the knee you can't straighten it, or laxity, that is loosening of the joint, and stiffness. So let's start with my favorite part of the whole video, that is myth busting. So myth number 1, I'm old so it's natural for my knees to ache and pain. The answer? No. Knee osteoarthritis is a pathological condition and is not a normal part of the aging process. So if you have knee pain, you should sort a doctor immediately. Myth number 2, my X-ray shows a lot of degenerative changes, so I should undergo surgery. The answer? No. So knee osteoarthritis is very multifactorial in origin, and the pain is also because of a number of reasons. So that's why it's been shown that the X-ray changes do not correlate well with the patient's symptoms, which means that if a patient has a lot of degenerative changes in the X-ray, it might not be that he has a lot of symptoms, whereas even someone with very little changes on an X-ray might have a lot of symptoms. So the pain is multifactorial in origin. Myth number 3, I have ACL or meniscus tear, so I will have to undergo surgery. The answer? No. So the reason for surgery depends on various aspects such as the grade and complexity of tear, that is whether it is partial or complete, the level of activity that you want to go back to after the surgery or after conservative management, and also your symptoms, whether there is any persistent loosening of the joint or which we call as laxity. Having said that, there are some people called as copers, COPERs, who do not require surgery at all and they get on with their activities, even sports. So every patient who has an ACL and meniscus tear is most of the times given a trial of physiotherapy before deciding to go for surgery. In the first exercise, for the exercises or the solutions portion, we are going to look at activating the quadriceps. The quadriceps is a muscle in the front of the thigh. For the first exercise, that is at the beginner level, we'll be doing something called a static quadriceps exercise, wherein there will be no movement at the knee, but the kneecap will move slightly up. You need to be in the long sitting position as shown. Relax your foot and now press the knee down onto the towel roll under the knee. Press it down and feel the contraction on the front of the thigh, but especially on the portion that is on the inner part, but just above the kneecap. If you expose the knee, you will see that the knee cap moves slightly up when you press the knee down. Yeah. Press it down, hold it for a count of 5 and then let go. Repeat this 10 times at one time. So for the second level, that is the intermediate level of the quadriceps activation exercise, we will do an exercise called a step up. There are various other ways in which you can activate the quadriceps, but today we'll be looking at this. So you need a step which is of a low height to begin with adequate breadth to keep your foot. Now place one foot over the step, focus on the quadriceps, that is the inner part just above the knee, and try to press your knee backwards as you move your body up. While doing it, you will also get some imbalance there because your gluteus medius has to fire, but that's okay. Try to balance yourself through it. Make sure that the knee doesn't go in or out. So the steps goes like this. Push the knee and move your body up. Go down slowly with control. Push the knee, move your body up, go down with control. In the third level of the quadriceps activation exercise, that is the pro level, we are going to do something called as a step down. A step down is a unique exercise because it targets the muscle eccentrically, that is the controlled manner in which the muscle works. So take a step of the same height as shown before. Make sure that it is a bit more in breadth, because this is not adequate for my foot, but this is what I have. Yeah. Place one foot in front, and now focusing on this knee, we are exercising this leg now. You try to bend the knee and go down slowly. So the control part, that is bending the knee, is what the muscle in the front of the thigh is controlling. So go down, try to touch your toes down and come up. The knee should not go in or out. Okay? Yeah, so that's the exercise. If you want to increase the difficulty, then you increase the height of the step, and alternatively you may even touch the entire foot down. There is a level of imbalance here and you will feel the gluteus medius contracting as well, but that's okay. Try to balance yourself and get the exercise right. So for the second exercise in our exercise portion, we'll be targeting the buttock muscle or the gluteus maximus. For the first level, that is the beginner level, we'll do a hip extension, that is moving the thigh up with the knee bent. So for the exercise, keep your hands like this so that your hands are one on top of each other under the forehead. Bend your knee and then move your thigh up to 1 or 2 inches above the ground. Do not try to raise it too up because that's not the normal range of the hip. It's just 10 degrees, but try to activate the buttock and then move the thigh up like this. That's level 1 or the beginner level. For level 2, what you need to do is go in the quadruped position. Make sure that your hands are under the shoulder, the knees are under the hip. Tuck your tummy in slightly so that your trunk is stable, and then you do hip extension the same way you did before, so that the knee goes in line up towards the body. Make sure that you don't kick like this. This is wrong. You just move it slightly up like that, and your foot goes up towards the ceiling. Now for level 3, you are in the standing position. That is a pro level. Keep your hands on the wall or on a table. Be in a slightly squatted position and you move your hip backwards again. Try to kick backwards and try to get that gluteal contraction. So in a squatted position, 1, 1. So the sideways will also activate the side glutes, which is necessary. So you can do it, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. For the third exercise, in the exercises portion, we are going to target balance. You heard it right. Balance is neglected many a time, but it's important, especially in the elderly, when falls are so prevalent and can lead to disastrous effects. So for the beginner level, you need to stand on one leg. Make sure there is adequate distance between the two thighs. and your feet are not touching anything, you may keep something around you so that you can grab onto it for support. Hold this for about 30 seconds or up to a minute on each side. For level 2 of this same balance exercise, that is the intermediate level, you need to add trunk rotation or head rotation to it to make it more difficult. So you are in the same position. Make sure you don't lean onto any of the sides. Balance yourself properly and then try to rotate your trunk on one side and then the other. Make sure that you are not just moving the hands to one side without moving the body. You need to rotate the body completely. You can see there is some ankle instability there, but yeah. So try to do 3 at a time without falling. For the third and the pro level, for the same exercise, you need to add a difficulty of closing your eyes. So start with the same thing. You're on one leg, then you close your eyes and balance for 1 minute. If you are able to do that easily, then you add the second level exercise as well. That is, you move your trunk and rotate it. As you can see, I'm not doing a good job with this, but you get the idea. I hope you like this video and these exercises as well, and you will be practicing them in your home. Even if you do not have pain, these exercises are good for strengthening your muscles, and I hope you will send in your comments, your suggestions, because we are always open to new feedback. You can even suggest a new condition which you want a video on and I will make it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel and tune in to the next video. नाही थांब काय बोलणार मी? I hope I'm